Bob, before we get into some information about my head shave, let's talk a little bit about the memorial, the park, its goal, its intent, and the money you actually need to be able to qualify for some matching grants to see the memorial get built.
Well, as I'm aware that there's probably a lot of people out there that don't really realize that the Run to the Hills rally is strictly about getting this Fallen Riders Monument built here at the Wayside campground here at Two Hills. That's been our goal since the beginning, and that's what we're looking to achieve. That's the purpose of the rally. We appreciate everybody who comes out and has a blast, because it's a good time. But that, in the end, is the end game, is to get the Fallen Riders Monument built here. We've had our struggles, and it's taken us a while to get this thing rolling, but right now we're at a position where we're finally getting some money in the bank, and we're getting some work done at the site. Now we've finally got to the point where we can start approaching the government, possibly get some matching grants and whatnot. So in a nutshell, that's where we're at. We're looking to get some more money and get this thing done properly.
Now, we know that, or I know, that you've already got a lot of the paving stones that you need for the brickwork for the monument. You've got the culvert that will be the base, which is worth a small fortune. You've got an arch for the gates. You've got folding tables and chairs already amassed. You guys have put new roofs on all three buildings that are out there. The old cookhouse that's going to become the chapel, and both restrooms that are out there. There's a ton of landscaping work that needs to be done before you can even get started on the monument. Flower gardens need to be eventually put in, a deck so that people can have a barbecue spot when they come out there if they want to hold a memorial. It's not going to be cheap.
No, nothing ever is in this life.
You're also going to need, besides money, a ton of volunteers to make that money go as far as is humanly possible. You're going to need the hands of a bricklayer, the hands of somebody who's good at landscaping and laying in flower gardens and walkways and that kind of thing, carpenters, painters, and just general hands to help pitch in and get the work done.
Absolutely, absolutely. As you're well aware, in a small community like this, the will is here, and a lot of the resources are here. Where we fall short is in our human resources. We need the extra hands, some volunteers with help with these trades to get this thing done.
So now we're going to talk a little bit about my head shave. During the rally, when I discovered what you needed, I had offered, my business has always sponsored and supported your event, but I don't have much for cash to put into this thing. So I said to you, well, I don't have much to offer except a whole lot of hair. And I had set a minimum goal to have my head shaved at the rally of $2,000, but the original goal, the goal that I've always had since I conceived the idea, was to raise $10,000.
Yeah, that's...
So after being in the sun all day on Saturday and having a big turkey dinner, I went to lay down because I wasn't feeling very well. I'd gotten way too much sun. I laid down. Nobody thought to come and get me like I'd asked them to for 11 o'clock, and I didn't wake up until about 1. And when I did get down to the beer gardens, I donated the money to you, and I told you then, this isn't over.
Absolutely, yeah.
So Bob didn't have a PayPal account, and between cleaning up at the rally site and whatnot, it's taken a few days to get everything organized. We had a great meeting with Community Futures where they've agreed to help you garner letters of support, get grant applications in, and see what funding we can get out of the government to bring us closer to having the memorial built. And now we have you a PayPal account. So, folks, here's what's going to happen. At the rally, I raised about $1,188. We're going to call it $1,200. The goal was $10. So, we've set Bob up with a PayPal account, and you can make your donations to the Memorial Head Shave right straight to Bob. When Bob phones me and tells me we've hit $8,800, which will mean I've raised the 10 grand that's needed to apply for the matching grants, I will then go to my hairdresser in Grand Prairie, who has shaved my head in the past to make wigs for kids and knows the proper procedure to save the hair for locks of love. And I will have my video cameras and we will videotape me getting my head shaved and prove to the world that the goal was 10 grand. We're going to get this memorial built because I don't know about you folks, but most of my friends' ashes are scattered to the wind. I have no place to go to reflect on their lives, and sometimes just being in your own head isn't good enough. Sometimes you really do need a place to go to think about people, right?
Absolutely. That's what it's all about in the end.
So the goal is $8,800 because we've already raised $1,200. And when we reach that goal, and I don't care if it takes 2 weeks or it takes us 6 months, when we've raised $8,800, this is coming off regardless. But the goal has to be met. Because at the end of the day, we bikers are great at raising money for cancer, raising money for heart and stroke, raising money for all kinds of other charities, but we never help ourselves. And this is one cause that's just about us, the riding community. And it's really time that people understand that, get behind it. So if you want to see this grouchy old broad get bald, step up, donate, and let's get it done. Because I'm happy to be bald. Bald is beautiful. And so is having a Fallen Riders Memorial that's meant for every rider to come and pay respects. Anything else to add, Bob?
That about sums it up. Let's rock and roll and get this done.
What's the PayPal address so that people can donate?
And that would be the email. Run to the Hills Rally at yahoo.ca.
All the money goes straight to Bob. He will call me and tell me when we've accomplished our goal, and then I'll go get my head shaved and we'll put it on YouTube so all you guys can see it. Till then, have fun, ride safe, keep the shiny side up.